What up, everybody? It's April Dawn. Let's talk about it. This is The Passage, Season 1, Episode 3. All right, it look like things are heating up on this show. I like it so far. It's pretty exciting. I hope they don't take forever to build up to, like, what's going to go down with Fanning and all these, vampire creature things. So let's go ahead and get into it. Start off in a flashback. The officers and Clark. Clark comes up on these officers harassing Shauna. I think her name is Shauna. And we see them, messing with her, kicking her around. He comes up there and is like, what's wrong with you guys? What are y'all doing? Clark steps in. He helps her. He unties her. And she want to know what's up. Like, what am I doing here? What are y'all doing out here? He tells her that, he not going to let her down, and he not gonna let nobody hurt her or whatever. And they make a little small talk. Oh, you from here? Oh, I'm from here. They was kind of like flirting a little bit. She asked him if what they doing to her is gonna hurt, and he says it won't hurt you not one bit. And then we're in the present. We see Clark again. He's riding up in the van with Amy and Brad, and with them in the back, and they're talking to each other. They say they're gonna get out of this place. I thought it was a cute little moments they have with them throughout the episode to, show this like father-daughter type connection they have. And she said, we're going to get out. We're going to listen more than we talk. We're going to pay attention. We're going to stay ready so we ain't got to get ready and we ain't going to panic. Okay? And they like, what's up, team? Let's go. When they get out of the van, they separate them and he telling her, he going to find her and all of this. We see the doctors in the, at the conference room. We see the doctors in the conference room. They're watching the video of Shauna eating up the custodian for dinner. Okay? Some of them are like, well, why did she choose him and not the other custodian? The custodian is also in the room, and he's like, well, maybe she knows that I'm for Fanning. And they're like, what are you talking about? One guy is like, she have the reasoning skills of a dog, a rabid dog or something. He said a vampire, snake, a child. I can't remember what he said. But basically, he's trying to say she don't have no reasoning skills. It wasn't no reason. She picked one person over the other person. Maybe it's the way they smell. He like, Jonas is like, I don't know, And like I said, the custodian talking about she knows I belong to Fanning. Somebody says it's revenge or whatever. And he like, it can't be revenge, against the other person. I think Jonas is the one who said it's probably revenge. And they like, no, it's not revenge. That's not it. She don't have no reasoning skills. And Clark is like, put her down. It's for security reasons. We need to put her down. And Jonas is like, it's not going to fix the nightmares that people are having. Everybody's saying that people coming to them, talking to them in their nightmares. And the doctor, I think her name is Sykes, she tells him, well, it's a lonely place and it's a sad place. So, I can imagine that lots of people would be having nightmares. She kind of like blow it off. Like the nightmares are no big deal. But Jonas feel like something is up. Somebody come in and say there's an issue with the little girl. So they all go to Amy's room and Amy is throwing a fit. She throwing stuff. She kicking people. She telling them get their hands off of her. And so Sykes asks her what she wants. She tells her that, there's a disease that's going all over the world and she's going to help save the world. She's one of the most important little girls in the world right now. And then basically Amy tells her, I want to see Brad. So they go and get Brad. So they go to get Shauna to kill her and they put her in this little tank and, Clark is just looking at her and she's talking to Fanning. Basically, he's telling her, or she's telling him, maybe it's time for me to just throw in a towel. I had a whole life and everything kept happening to me. And he telling her, you need to tell him your story. You are more powerful than you know. Communicate to him what happened to you. Okay, we're gonna need you on the team. We need you to stick to the plan. And soon enough, she'll be drinking so much human blood, she won't even know what to do with herself. She'll be bored with it. And Jonas at the same time is watching Fanning, and he's figuring out that Fanning is talking to Shauna. He's figuring out that these creatures are communicating with each other and something else is going on. We also see on the news, they're reporting that Brad has been shot. So basically it's like a cover up by the government. They saying that Brad has been shot. He's dead, and they didn't say nothing else about the little girls. So Clark comes to get him out of the room, and he's basically asking about what they're gonna do with Amy. And they go in the room, and the doctor tells him about the disease that's going rampant across Asia, I think, and it's coming to America in like 60 days. They're going to inject her with the virus to try to create this vaccine that's going to save everybody. It's nothing that he could do at this point, and she going to get the shot whether he like it or not. So you coming or not? So he goes in and, you know, they give her the shot. He not panicking with her, you know, kind of like a dad did. She talking about she counted the steps to the elevator like she on top of it. She said she didn't panic. So she was acting a fool on purpose to get him in there on purpose, which was cute. They put a chip in her neck and she like, you know, I think it's for them to monitor whether or not you try to take me out of here. They talking about, but it's for my body or whatever. It's probably for both, more than likely. And, you know, he just holds her hands as they give her the shot. You can see when they're giving her the shot that Fanning is sensing her. Like he can sense that somebody else is, you know, a part of his hive or his crew or whatever. And the custodian is staring at him through the mirror and basically is like, well, what are you going to do with her? The custodian, you know, he connected to Fanning in a strange, weird way. He's a weirdo, so something up with him, too. I don't know about that custodian. He ain't all the way right. Okay, we see Shauna. Shauna is connecting with Clark and he can see into her past. So basically she's taking pictures with her friend. She wants to go to special effects makeup school and work and live in LA. And her friends go out. It's Halloween. They having a good time. They popping mollies. They getting, you know, they having a good time at the club. And she sees this man trying to harass her friend. And so she grab a bottle. She go bust it over his head. He end up getting in a fight with somebody else. And she steals the money out of the drawer. That's all we see. And then we flash back to Clark, who is distracted, and the officer is trying to talk to him, and you can see that he's clearly distracted by these visions that he's having. We back with Brad and Amy. They're chopping it up in the room. They playing cards. The lady comes in to check her vitals and see how she's doing, and Brad takes a sedative and a syringe out of her little cart and puts it away, you know, for later on. He might need it. Okay, as the lady is leaving out the room, Amy is looking at the code. Amy on top of it, okay? Amy ain't playing no games. Amy like, listen, I got the code, I got the steps, you know what I'm saying? She tells him that she heard Anthony talking next door. She heard his voice sounds like a nice guy. And she said he trying to get her to go to sleep, but she like, every time I go to sleep, you know, I feel like somebody watching me. And so he checked the closet for monsters, and you know, it's no monsters here. It was a real cute little moment between the two of them. She said she don't like it there. She feel like something is wrong, and something is wrong. Brad wakes up, or Brad lay down to go to sleep. And after when he wakes up, he sees the custodian standing over Amy looking at her in the bed, real pedophile-ish like, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, of course, he like, what the hell is going on? And he, the custodian is like, listen, you need to get Amy out of here. You know, Fanning is going to come for her. What do he want? He want everything. He talking to me in my dreams. You know, he control this place. And the guard sees him, and they move the custodian on down the hall, or the custodian just leave, I think, and the guards come to put Brad back into the room. And when he comes to put them back in the room, Brad takes their flashlight out of his pocket. We back to Shauna, and she's getting out of jail with her mama, bring her back, and, you know, her mama asking her what she gonna do. And she tells, you know, she told her everything. We win, we got in with a fake ID, we was taking him out, you know, just trying to be smart and flip or whatever. And, she tell her mama she moving to LA to go to makeup school. She getting out of here. That's what she gonna do with her money. And her mama like, girl, you ain't gonna do shit. You ain't doing nothing, girl. You ain't doing nothing but going to jail and busting people over the head with bottles. You're not about to do nothing. You gonna waste that money. You know, kind of just like Precious, okay? Just kind of like quelling her dreams. Girl, you ain't gonna be nobody. Like, color purple. You black, you ugly. You know what I'm saying? Like, mama telling you, you ain't gonna be shit. You ain't never gonna be shit. Shauna takes the money. She put it in her little, you know, package thing. She have like a little suitcase thing. A toiletry bag. That's what it is. She put the money in a toiletry bag, and she put it like in her cabinet way back in the back. Her mama boyfriend comes to the door. We immediately can see that he's creepy as hell. He trying to get in the room, and you talking about her and her friends wearing a slutty outfit. I mean, she tell him to leave, and you can tell he's trying to get in there, but she kicking him out, you know, the door. So Clark is once again lost in the sauce. He caught up in a distraction, and this time the doctor sees him, and she asks him, you know, is he going to be okay? He tell her they going to be all right. They're going to be able to live a regular life because they answered the call of duty. So they're going to be all right, and they're going to be ready to live a life. It's crazy to me how he could be in his position having all these visions but never take a moment to stop and like say, this is wrong, this is not right, something ain't right, let me fix it. You know what I mean? Like, that's weird to me. But you know, I guess that's how it be when you know, you trying to stand on a moral high ground. I feel like you right and what you doing is right. You just gonna ignore all these signs, sir. Something ain't right, sir. He also did ask about Amy, and she said it's too early to tell right now, so you know, but she seemed to be doing okay. They have a room check. Okay, so Amy goes to the bathroom while Brad comes outside of the room. While he's standing outside of the room, he sees Anthony in the hallway, and he says, you know, he look good, he feel good, but he can just tell that something ain't right, okay, and something is coming. So Brad tells him about Fanning. He talks about how the Fanning is getting in people's dreams, and he say, do he talk to you? He said, yeah, he come to me in my dreams. He basically run this place, and you know, for Brad to be on his toes because Fanning got something going on. Clark takes Brad, and Amy is left in the room on her own. She writes a little note that says hi, and she puts it under Anthony's door, and he responds back with a hi. So she smiles, and you can see that they have made some type of friendship. I don't know how long it's going to be before Anthony starts turning to the Walking Dead child, so I don't know. We about to see. Brad's ex-wife, I can't remember her name, but I have her name for the next time. Brad's ex-wife is calling all these prisons and asking about these death row inmates that have been, you know, taken out of the prison or died mysteriously before their execution. She's getting hung up on every time, except for the last person she called talks about Shauna and how Shauna did not die in the jail. She was taken by federal agents, and the lady was like, I knew this was wrong. I knew something wasn't right. Then we go back to Clark. So Clark tries to confront Brad about Shauna's story because he's the one who brought all these people to the jail. Everybody except for Fanning, okay? So he's the one who brought all these people to the facility, not the jail. He asked her about a history of sexual violence. He says yes. He asked her about her going to makeup school. He says yes. And he's like, well, how did you get her to come here? He was like, well, everybody in that girl life had let her down, so I presented it to her like I wasn't going to let her down. And so Clark just starts going off about, you know, maybe people don't get over everything and X, Y, and Z. You can tell it's starting to really get to him. And Brad is like, what's going on? You done been in all type of situations, and it sounds seem like you losing it. And then he tells him about Fanning. Fanning is in people's dreams, and you know, Clark tells him to get out, and he starts screaming like, what you gonna do to Amy? What are y'all doing to these people here? What are you injecting them with? What the hell is going on? And they drag him up out of there. Jonas stops the custodian in the hallway and asks about Fanning being in his dreams. And you know, he says that at first it was just pictures and flashes, and now he's talking to me. They done got longer after a while. And the last thing he said to me was, we have work to do. I said, wait a minute, goddammit. Wait a minute, okay? You ain't got no work to do. Nuh-uh. You don't need to be doing no type of work. Brad's ex gets in touch with a reporter about the plan, and she tells him about the facility and everything that's going on with the plan. And the lady is like, listen, do you have any evidence? Girl, you coming up here with all this conjecture. Do you have evidence? And she like, yeah, okay, so a warden is going to confirm that Shauna B did not die in the prison. You know, she was taken out by federal agents. So the reporter is like, give me the information, and I'm going to go ahead and check it out, and I'll get back to you. We back with Brad, and he's sitting in the room with Amy at night, and here's a commotion in the hallway. And what he does is, you know, the guards are busy, so he can hear they busy. So he gets out of the room. Come to find out, Brad already know the code. Okay, he done learned the code. He used the flashlight to flash the camera so they wouldn't see him walking down the hallway. He sees the custodian getting onto the elevator, and he asks the custodian to bring him down to the tunnel where they keep all the subjects, the test subjects, right? And the custodian like, nah, I can't do that, fam. And so he grabbed him, and he poked him with the sedative needle, laid him out. So he uses him to get into the tunnel by using his eye or whatever, opening his eye. He gets down up in there, and he sees Fanning, you know, jump out like, I was like, ooh, it's too bad. Fanning jump out at him, and then the doors open, and lo and behold, it's Jonas. So Jonas gives him the rundown on everything that's going on. Basically, he's saying they've created a new species, and they kind of don't know what's going to happen. Trying to solve diseases and, you know, cure all these diseases in the world or whatever. So now he's figured out that they're talking to each other. So he really don't know what these new species of people gonna do. Okay, what they gonna do, what can they do, they don't know. Now they done created a whole new species of people. So Brad is like, this is sick, this is not science, this is not right, okay? Like, this ain't cool. So Jonas says he doesn't know why or what the custodian means when he says that Fanning is talking to him, or what Fanning means by what he's saying to the custodian. He has no idea. And Brad's like, why don't you just call them vampires? He was like, this is science. There's no such thing as vampires. You know, this is a new species that drinks blood or whatever, and like can do all this kind of stuff. And so they looking at Fanning. He's like, well, what do you think Fanning wants? He says, just like everybody else, I think Fanning wants to be free, and I agree with him. He want to be free, and he want to be free to drink blood and you know, create havoc all over the world. I think it's like a, you know, like a reptilian type of you know what I'm saying, thing he got going on. Because my thing is, once you eat up everybody in the world, then what you gonna do? Eat each other up? Like, what's the plan, Fanning? Like, I don't get it. So you just gonna eat the whole world? Like, you gonna eat the whole world? I don't think it's gonna be able to happen like that. Who are me to judge, okay? Who are me? X and Tracy. Come on, Tracy. Tracy, she's alive. Tracy is alive, okay? So Tracy was in the hotel. I knew Tracy had just got shot one time. I was like, she can't be dead that fast. Now, she was in the fight for 3.3 seconds, and they took her ass out like that. So Tracy's still alive. They in the hotel room. Tracy cleaning guns. Okay, she ain't playing no game. She ain't gonna get got twice, okay? It ain't gonna happen. So the reporter calls the ex and tells her that she think they got a story going on, so she gonna get back to her. I was like, boom, they gonna meet. They gonna, you know, put together a little plan or whatever. The gas comes in to kill Shauna in the little chamber, right? And then we back in another flashback. She done took Clark down, you know, flashback, okay? So her and she come home, and the mom and the boyfriend is cooking dinner. Shauna goes in her room to put the money away in her little travel pack, and she sees that all the money is gone. So she comes into the living room. She confronts, or the kitchen, excuse me. She confronts the stepdad and the mama about taking her money, and he said he needed the money to cover a bill, okay? I mean, he needed the money to cover a bill. And so she pushes him, and the mama tell him to go to another room, and she argue back and forth with her mom about you know, this is what kind of man you think this is. This is a good man. He took my money. And the mama's like, he's a good man. He's my man. And she like, he a rapist. So we're cross-cutting between two scenes because they've moved Shauna to another chamber where it's like burning her or something. It's like lasers or something that's burning her. So, you know, Clark is watching all this happen. He conflicted. He going back and forth. He don't know what to do, baby. I'ma keep chopping the onions when she talking about this man is a rapist. He was coming into her room when he was 8 years old and all the way till she was 16 years old. And then she said the mama knew. The look on her face said her the mama knew, and the mama didn't do anything about it. And she said, you told me you was going to protect me forever. And then she had a knife in her hand, baby. She stabbed that mama, and I said, Shauna, girl, you had to do what your mama was pure dumpster juice, rash, bitch. Your mama was trash. So I don't feel bad for the mama. Shauna, stab your mama, okay? So she stabbed the mama, and then you can hear the stepdaddy calling out something. So she walked down the hallway, and they ain't show us, but we know she stabbed him too, baby. So Clark stops the execution, and I'm like, although I feel bad for Shauna, then Shauna is not the same Shauna. Okay, she's a blood-sucking creature, so she gonna eat you, Clark. I'm trying to figure out how you think this girl ain't gonna jump on top of you and eat your whole face off. I don't understand. I need to know, because she ain't the old Shauna. She the new Shauna. Okay, so I feel bad for old Shauna, but this Shauna will eat you. So y'all probably need to go ahead and cure her. She just out here eating people on the whim. I'm just saying. That's not, that ain't right. Something ain't right. Clark, come on, get it together, Clark. You can't just be out here, listen. And what they gonna do with her? Because he was supposed to kill her, so what they gonna do with her? How they gonna... Listen, I don't know, y'all. I don't know about this one. I don't know. Clark is a loose cannon. Brad comes back to Amy, and she's sleeping. She like, everything all right? He like, it's all right. We good. So he wakes up. I'm thinking it's early in the morning because you hear the bird, tweet, 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 tweet. Okay, tweet, 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 tweet. That's my New Orleans bird, tweet, 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 tweet. So, but actually, it was a dream, just like the dream Anthony had when he was on the treadmill and he got off the treadmill and walked in the hallway. And then Fanning is in the hallway, standing by the, by the window, looking, real dramatical and scary and shit. You see the shadow, and he like, Brad, stay out of my way. Is you gonna stay out of his way, Brad? Overall, I thought it was a good episode. We finally moving along. I hope they don't drag this out too long because it's about to go down. I want to see how it's gonna go down. It's about to turn into a horror show in a second, y'all. So enjoy this cuteness because I got a feeling in a week or two we about to turn to straight zombie apocalypse type shit. I want to hear your thoughts on this show. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you want to follow me on social media, you can at Who Is April Dawn. That's on Twitter, that's on Instagram, and that is also on Snapchat. Okay, I'm on Instagram the most. I Snapchat a little bit, and I Twitter hardly ever. Okay, so but you can come find me if you want to find me. All right, so I'll holler at y'all next week, and have a blessed day. Peace.